If you are going your own way and not giving an F about everyone else's opinion, of course you might have come across multiple people who want to drag you down to their level. And yes, you surely have encountered women who called you names for living your best life, even though you're not even taking away their rights, while they do. I know that at times it's hard to ignore those insulting you, but once they know they can't mess with you, you become more powerful and they respect you even if they don't fully agree with what you say. In other words, if you strongly defend your opinion and don't make tons of concessions, you become unstoppable and don't allow anyone to manipulate you. That's an elevated state of freedom that you must reach as a man if you want to live your life to the fullest. In case you have a bit of a hard time listening to BS some modern women say about MGTOW, don't worry because I'm sure you will laugh at their stupidity and lack of knowledge. It's okay to be ignorant. But it's not okay to be ignorant and also be an insufferable know-it-all. Let's assume that many NPCs out there think this way. So the only option left is having a bit of a sense of humor. Stay tuned because you're going to love this one. But before we go deeper, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out M. Rosengren. He said, "The single greatest mastery one can have is the only one that matters, is mastery of the self. To know oneself is a great and time-consuming task. To master yourself, you need to examine your emotions and process them, experiencing them and processing them through a lens of logic and reason. And from that understanding of the self comes contentment. For you will have mastered yourself and stand solid in the chaos of life." M. Rosengren, you're absolutely right. You don't know how many individuals out there go through life blaming everyone else and not taking responsibility. In contrast, you just put things the way they are, and I'm glad more men are waking up to this. Please, M. Rosengren, don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual guys, I will pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Now, back to the video. Let's see what these innocent and ignorant modern women say about MGTOW. Here's one comment I saw that clearly pictures how much they misunderstand MGTOW's foundational principles. The MGTOW movement is a promising idea utterly corrupted by bitterness and misogyny. It had so much potential to be something more nuanced than the second wave liberal movements that inspired it. Men could use the ideas to pursue life on their own terms in defiance of the cultural narrative. MGTOW could be polyamorous, bisexual, gender non-conforming, child-free, express a healthy range of emotions, and have relationships on their terms rather than the standards set by society. Imagine a movement that promotes men's self-actualization without the need to conform to elements of hegemonic masculinity. The idea of a confident man who is wholehearted and true to himself independent of sexual experience or dominance or stoicism. Sadly, MGTOW is not this. It is a hateful, bitter movement full of men who have failed to meet the hegemonic ideals of manhood. Rather than truly forging a new path, they wish to pursue the aspects of masculine ideals still available to them. They still police the men in their ranks on their heterosexuality, dominance, and stoicism. I'm also saddened by the misogyny as it is underpinned by an intense self-loathing for perceived sexual failures. A promising idea torched by anger and shame. Well, let's take it step by step and take a deep breath because she said too many lies in just a few lines, honestly. If MGTOW is understood properly, a man does not feel bitter nor is misogynistic, period. Many men have gone through relationships that sucked for reasons such as cheating, lies, toxicity, etc. So, as a natural reaction, many men freely choose to stay away and have nothing to do with the dating scene. And don't ever think they generalize all the time because, contrary to totalitarians and sectarians, MGTOWs accept the facts and don't live in the past, but rather use it as a tool for learning. Most importantly, MGTOWs are not misogynistic. They rather accept female nature and act accordingly. Instead of getting walked over and disrespected, they prefer having an unbreakable frame. Why would I, as a MGTOW, accept a woman who only brings intimacy to the table? Yeah, she might twerk like a pro, but what else? If she's not able to have a conversation about important matters, she's not a good catch, in my opinion. I'd rather stay single and build my life on my own terms. I don't submit to social narratives. This one bit is interesting because those who feel anti-system today are the most pro-system individuals out there. They say they want more freedom, but give it away to the government. They say they think differently, but do as the media and the government say. If the popular belief is that men are evil, they believe all that and still think they have an opinion of their own. It's an upside-down world. We have reached a point in history where being straight is considered oppressive and being gay is cool. When I was helping some teens with math and science in high school, they loved bragging about how unique they are in terms of who they liked. It's more accepted saying that you like men and women than saying you like only women. Degeneracy is promoted to the point where kids are encouraged to try new things and experiences. So many don't even know themselves and live a life of confusion. Now, let's address the hegemonic masculinity bit. What does she mean? How does she mean that men want to impose their beliefs? Or does she really mean that it's sad that men tend to be leaders? Many MGTOWs believed that being the follower in a relationship with a female was fine, but the reality proved them wrong. So they ended up learning the lesson. After some successful dates and even some girlfriends, some MGTOWs don't want to get involved in the dating scene because of mind games, low ROI, or just other goals they have in mind. And no matter how frustrating this might sound to modern women, that's our choice, period. The problem they have is that they want us to think the way they do, since they're in reality totalitarians. They'd love to get inside of your minds and reprogram them, so they want to penetrate the school system and make boys weak. Nothing is by accident. Every move they make is on purpose. There's an evident anti-masculinity agenda. And finally, the part about ranking men in terms of heterosexuality, dominance, and stoicism is interesting. Of course, if you are a MGTOW, it's because you want freedom, not because you want to get a label or a badge of honor saying something. Instead, you want results, not appearances, which is what many individuals look for. And finally, let's consider this. I noticed in watching TV and movies that the violence against men is accepted, but that almost no violence against women or children is tolerated. In fact, men are far more likely to be violently mistreated than even stray dogs. Men are far more likely to be killed than women or children. Men die more in war, for instance. A man who tries to save himself in a disaster or crisis is looked down upon, but women or children who try to break free in a disaster are approved. Men who are physically assaulted by women or children in public are laughed at or mocked. Women who are physically assaulted by men are quickly rescued. I remember being in a situation where I was with a woman who was violent to me. I remember calling the police. She was still visibly angry and loud when they came. I was calm and collected. Guess who they asked to leave? I had to find a cheap hotel to spend the night. I was angry. I realized that if this situation were switched around and I had been the angry one, the situation would have been even worse for me. As my eyes were opened, I began to hear more and more men pour out their hearts about how unjust the system was. I saw for the first time that men were not just whining and crying, they have some legitimate reasons to go their own way. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Why do you think many women still think about MGTOW like this? Have you ever met one girl who hated MGTOW? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, hit the like and subscribe buttons, comment and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.